What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back with another video, and today's video is about Marvel Studios campaigning for Avengers Endgame to win an Oscar nomination. And I think they're campaigning for best screenplay, and everything like that. In my personal opinion, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. In my personal opinion, I love Avengers Endgame. It's probably my favorite movie of all time because of the fight. Pretty much I call it the fourth great ninja war and Thanos trying to blow up the universe. I'm just looking at it from an objective point of view. I'm not looking at it as a comic book fan. I don't think the Academy will nominate Avengers Endgame, and this is why. This is where I'm going to explain why. Because, like, for example, like Avengers is a great movie. It's dope. It brought all these characters together and stuff like that. But the Academy, they're very biased against comic book movies. You saw how it happened with The Dark Knight and things like that. And again, you have exceptions with Black Panther, and now Joker has a chance to win an Oscar and stuff like that. And I'll try to really go more in depth on why I feel like Endgame won't get nominated and stuff like that. Endgame, I love it. Don't get it wrong, but you have to look at it from a realistic point of view. This is a balls to the walls comic book roller coaster, and the problem is they're not gonna nominate it. It's just not gonna happen. It's to them. They're very biased with it. It's family friendly. It's a blockbuster. It's all these other things as well, but also certain things that they're just not gonna nominate. I really doubt they're gonna nominate Thor becoming fat and cursing everybody out, cursing a bunch of kids out on Fortnite and talking to a talking raccoon. I really doubt the Academy is going to nominate it. And also the problem with Avengers Endgame, you can't just watch it from beginning to end. You at least have to watch 22 other plus Marvel movies to understand what's going on. You can't just go into it blind. I know a lot of people did, when it was out, whatever. But again, the Academy, they're looking for art, and they're very nitpicky about a lot of stuff. So I feel like the Oscars, it's not going to win an Oscar. It's facts. I mean, Robert Downey already says that, he told Disney and Marvel that Howard Stern's show that, nah, let's tone it down. You feel me? Because he turned it down because he's more realistic with the Oscars, where Kevin Feige and everybody else is that, they're looking at it from a comic book fan's point of view. But you also got to realize is that the Academy, they're not rocking with the Avengers. They came out publicly saying, like, I'll never vote for anything named Avengers and stuff like that. That's how the Academy voters are. They're just not going to nominate something like this, you feel me? And so much CGI and stuff like that, they're not going to nominate it. And also the problem with Avengers Endgame, it doesn't have a social political importance. You know what I mean? It's different. Because the problem with Avengers Endgame is that it has a generational impact. It's cool that it broke every single box office record and stuff like that. It became the highest grossing film of all time. But again, it doesn't have anything where people are going to really fight for it. The general public is going to fight for it and make sure it gets nominated for an Oscar. Black Panther was different because Black Panther was the first black movie to hit $1 billion. It was the first black movie that portrayed black people in a positive light. It was the first time we seen an event like that since, like, I'm not gonna say it's exactly like Avatar, but like just that cinematic, like, positive Afrofuturism stuff like that. It was something new, something different. It wasn't like every other African American generic black movie, or it wasn't where it's degrading or slave movie or black exploitation movie. It was about uplifting positivity with the Marvel formula. And the reason with Black Panther they're able to get it because it has a social political importance, and also it addresses a lot more stuff than Avengers Endgame, because you have the extreme versus peaceful. Killmonger is the African American extremist. Then you have T'Challa, who's the African peace, the African peace, African American, no, African peace. So it's like Peacemaker. So it's like you have the extreme versus peaceful. One, the Peacemaker is African and the extreme is African American, and also addresses a lot of stuff as like white supremacy, colonization, economics, opening out borders, addressing a lot more racial political issues. So there's in costume, like the way Afrofuturism and stuff like that. So there's things in Black Panther that you can get away with, and also just had too much of a rally and a lot more of a, I guess, a social justice backing behind it. So it was a lot more factors, a lot more support to fight for Black Panther than it is for Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame, this is just a balls to wall. This is like a roller coaster. Straight up. It's a roller coaster comic book movie. That's just what it is. Everything you ever love in a comic book, you literally got it coming to life with Avengers Endgame, especially with that last 30-40 minute battle with Thanos and, you know, with the Black Order and Avengers and stuff like that. Has that Lord of the Rings, King of the Return of the King type feel and stuff like that. The Fourth Great Ninja War, Thanos blowing up the universe. It was just amazing. Now, Joker is a little bit more different as well because Joker feels like an Oscar. If you watch the Joker, which I've talked about, is that Joker does not feel like a comic book movie. It feels like a very artsy-fartsy, you know, independent indie film. So, you know, and you could tell Joaquin Phoenix really put in the time and effort and really portrayed a character that wasn't real, a character that was fiction, that he brought to life, that it felt so real that it leaves a lasting impact after you walk out of the theater. Avengers Endgame doesn't have that type of, you know, that type of impact like that. You feel me? It's a cool roller coaster comic book film, but after that, you're done. You know what I mean? And it even ends like this is the end of Infinity Saga. Feels like the end of a Cell Saga or the Boo Saga. That's just what it is. And Joker feels more of a independent artsy type movie, where Avengers Endgame feels like a comic book blockbuster movie. That's just my personal opinion, guys, and I'm looking at it as an objective point of view. I'm not looking at it as a fanboy. If Avengers Endgame wins or gets nominated, cool, whatever. Visual effects, maybe. But again, Avengers Infinity War got snubbed for visual effects, so boom, it just shows you where their mindset's at. I mean, screenplay maybe, but again, it's like costume design, definitely not, because most of their suits were all CGI. You know what I mean? Most of the stuff that on Avengers Endgame was all green screen. It was all done by a computer. Where Joaquin Phoenix, he actually had to go in depth with the character and stuff like that. You could tell he really put his heart and passion and soul into playing Joker. Where to the Academy's going to look at the Avengers Endgame and be like, okay, you guys are all just all on a green screen with bob wires and stuff like that. That's not something that will surprise them from their point of view and how they view it and how they're critiquing it and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Comment below, rate and like the video, and subscribe. Peace, have a great day. And guys, I'm just being objective about it, is that if Avengers Endgame beats it, if Avengers Endgame gets nominated for an Oscar, cool. But if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Take care, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Peace and have a great day.